Hi guys, this is going to be about the full moon in Pisces, which is happening on the night of September 1st to September 2nd. So this is a big one because Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, and full moons are all about endings, wrapping up of chapters. So this is a very big collective ending that we're about to feel. I feel like personally, I've already been feeling it for a few days now, so energy permeates. You might have been feeling this too, but we'll see how it goes on the actual full moon. So a full moon is when the sun opposes the moon, meaning they are 180 degrees apart in opposite signs. So with the full moon in Pisces, that means that the current sun is in Virgo. That's why it's Virgo season. So this is a really interesting axis of sister signs. Any two signs that are opposite, exactly 6 signs apart, are considered sister signs because they represent opposite ends of the same polarity. So with Pisces and Virgo, that polarity is really about reality. Pisces rules fantasy, illusions, dreams, your imagination. It rules inebriated states, drugs, alcohol, etc. Whereas Virgo, on the other side, rules being really focused on your reality, really focused on your day-to-day life. Virgo represents routines, it rules your physical health, it represents the digestive system. Virgos tend to think about like 1,000 things at once because they're always trying to like keep their reality in order. See, it's mutable earth, so it's really about going with the flow, being mutable with your physical environment, earth. So that's why Virgo's the magician card in the tarot, because it's really about creating reality, making shit happen. So what does this mean when we have a full moon in these two signs? So I really think that this full moon is going to have a lot of elements of mental and physical health. This is going to be a highly emotional full moon as well, because Pisces is a very emotional water sign. Pisces is extremely sensitive. Sometimes reality can just be too much for Pisces, and that's what this opposition is really all about. Oppositions are about balancing two opposing energies. So when you have the sun in Virgo opposing the moon in Pisces, the moon in Pisces is really going to have trouble dealing with like all the details of our day-to-day reality and the reality of like global health right now, because honestly Virgo rules health, so this is a lot about global health. This is a lot about, are we doing what we need to do to prevent this spread? Pisces is no boundaries. Pisces is where boundaries go to die, so Pisces is also spread. Take that as you will. So yeah, this is a highly emotional new moon. We're going to be in our feelings. We're going to be very sensitive. Pisces also is a sign that really can succumb to feeling helpless most of the time. Pisces can feel like they are not in control of their reality. They're just simply being floated along through the universe, through their life, not really any hands on the reins. Things are just happening to them. So this is something to be careful of. Emotions might feel overwhelming, might feel like you're even drowning in them and there's nothing you can do. But that's where the Virgo sun kicks in. See, so Virgo is all about, actually I can do something about this. I do have an influence on my reality. I can make a change. It's all about the little things. Like, Virgo knows that change is in the details. So that's what you got to pay attention to. Pisces can get lost in the details. Pisces, there is no details. It's just the big picture. It's just energy. But when you're drowning in your Piscean emotions this full moon, make sure that you go back to the Virgo side and see what you can do in your environment, in your day-to-day life, to create habits that will get you where you want to be. My fears for this full moon is that people are either going to fall on one side or another side of the spectrum. And I'll explain these two sides. So what I just explained is going to be the first one. People just drowning in their emotions, feeling like they can't save themselves, feeling like there's no hope. And so those people, if you're one of those people, you got to do what I just said, and you got to tiptoe over to the Virgo side of things and really keep track of everything around you. Notice the details. Notice what you're doing to help yourself and to help others. And if you're not doing those things, maybe you should. And then the other side are the people who are like gonna be too in the Virgo side of things, like too neurotic, too anxious, too micromanagey, if that makes sense. So what y'all need to do is glide over to the Pisces side of things and just let go. Just let go. You don't have to be in control. Not everything is up to you, okay? Not everything is up to you. Some things are literally, you don't even have the reins for them. The wheel is out of your sight. So you just gotta let go and hope for the best. And that's a lot of life, honestly. Like, everything that we can't see, that's Pisces. Everything that's just like not physical, that's Pisces. So yeah, I think there's gonna be a lot of like mental health versus physical health themes in this full moon. Try not to get overly lost in fears about that. See, Pisces can also rule illusions, fears, just going down, spiraling, just keep going down, drowning, you know. That's Pisces. At its like worst case scenario, just not being able to help itself. There's obviously like beautiful sides to Pisces, like, and these are the things you should try to embody this full moon, like just being very sensitive towards everyone, really trying to understand other people's point of view, trying to understand other people's emotions. That's what this is really about, emotional sensitivity, because Pisces is a water sign. It's all about the feels, you know? So let's get into some other aspect formations involved in this full moon. So just over this last weekend, Venus made an opposition to Pluto. And what that means was that the planet of love and desires and values, which is currently in Cancer, was 180 degrees apart from Pluto, which is the planet of death, rebirth, obsession, transformation, control issues. So this opposition was really intensifying collectively all of our desires, intensifying our love feelings, really bringing like life or death situations to our desires. I mean, that sounds dramatic, but Pluto is dramatic. That's how it feels. Like this past weekend, I'm sure a lot of relationships ended. I'm sure some relationships reached the highest of peaks this weekend too, you know? Like, this is all about depth. Like, nothing is superficial. And it's hard because Venus is kind of a superficial planet. Like, you know, it's really all about like, I want things to be nice and like pretty and like I want money. But Pluto, that will not cut it for Pluto. Pluto is not superficial at all. Pluto's all about like, we're gonna penetrate down to the truth of this shit. We're gonna find the truth. So there was a lot of balancing this weekend having to do with intense feelings, intense love issues, intense desires, values. And now, so remember, Pluto and Saturn are still conjunct in Capricorn. That's happening this whole year. Very long, intense aspect. But now on this full moon, Venus has, you know, walked a couple degrees down and now is going to be opposite Saturn. Now, Saturn is the planet of delays, restrictions, obstacles, weight, feeling like there's just a lot of pressure, feeling like just can't do it. So when Venus is opposite Saturn, this is kind of like a depressing aspect, honestly. Saturn is really going to weigh on Venus and make us collectively feel like we just can't find happiness, or like we're never going to, find the love we want. We're never going to, find our perfect bae. It's just very like the worst part of reality is summed up in Saturn. Okay, that's mean, but Saturn's mean. Like, Saturn's not all bad. I honestly, personally, Saturn is my favorite planet, but for other reasons that I'll get into at another time. But Venus opposite Saturn is not going to be fun. It's not. We're going to feel very restricted in terms of our expression of love. We're going to feel less connected to people. But I need you to know that this is temporary. This is just a transit and it will pass. So while this is happening at the same time as the Pisces full moon, don't let yourself fall into that hole, okay? Don't let yourself fall into that hole of just like me, myself, and my feelings. No one can save me. I can't even save myself, because that's not true. You can. You can save yourself. And that's through the Virgo archetype, see? Because the thing with Saturn aspects, even if they're tense aspects, especially if they're tense aspects, they want you to work on this. They don't want you to just sit there and feel defeated. Hell no. They want you to work. Saturn wants you to like get down and dirty, get down to business, work for what you want. Venus is like what you desire. Venus is what you value. It's going to feel like you can't get any of that right now. But that's because Saturn needs you to work for it. He's not just going to give it to you for free. You got to prove that you deserve it. Remember, Mars is in Aries right now. Aries energy really wants to prove itself all the time. Like, you got to prove yourself. You got to prove that you want it enough. Just saying. Mars is still in a square with Saturn as well. This is another one of those, I feel like I can't get anything done. Like, nothing I want is happening. I can't do anything. Like, there's just too many obstacles. I don't have energy. Saturn needs you to work on it. Saturn needs you to push through. Because if you do push through, Saturn will reward you like no other planet could. And you got it. You got the energy. You got the energy. Currently, Mercury, the planet of communication and rational thought, has been transiting through one of its favorite signs, Virgo. And it's going really fast through Virgo, so probably been feeling like things are going really fast. But on the full moon, or like maybe like a day after, but like you'll feel it on the full moon, Mercury in Virgo is going to form a square to the nodes of fate. So we're gonna have some like karmic communications happening around this time, like fated conversations, fated ideas. Like, really pay attention to your thoughts on this day. Really pay attention to any conversations that you're having that stick out to you, because you're gonna be getting a lot out of them, and you'll be learning a lot about both your past and your future, because the south node is the past and the north node is the future. So this is exciting. I think that's kind of it for now. I could go deeper, but please, if you have any questions, like put them right down there in the comments. I'm so happy to answer any questions, I swear. Yeah, I hope you guys all have a really beautiful full moon. I think I was talking about it in a kind of negative light, but that's just because there's a lot of like tough transits going on right now. But free will, you can make this what you want, okay? Pay attention to your emotions. Like, really take care of yourself. Take care of yourself this full moon, because there might be feelings of loneliness, and you're not alone. You're not alone, and you just gotta take a look around you, because other people are gonna be feeling this too. So be aware of that. Even if you're not feeling this loneliness, this Venus opposition to Saturn, if you're not feeling that, like, other people in your life maybe. So reach out to people you love. Just say like, happy full moon, I hope you're doing well today. Send a cute message, send an emoji, something. All right, I love you guys. Happy full moon.